Hi guys, it's me again. It's Paula from the Redhead Gardener. And I want to go over some of the stuff that I was doing, and one thing that I am doing or in the process of doing is I've been busy because I bought this house in December. So there's a few criterias that I had that I wanted when I bought this house was a garage for my car, which is, totally simple. And then I wanted a fence for my fur babies so that they could run, be free, be safe and such. Now, when I found this house, yes, it had a garage, and I absolutely loved the house and fell in love with it. And the house did not have a fence. So I was like, okay, that can come later. So I was like, okay. Now my backyard, let's talk about my backyard. I love my backyard, but it has issues. It is a downhill slope, and it has a few issues or whatever, and it's not a big deal. I still want to get it fenced in. But the thing is, with having the dogs that I have, because Enya's a smaller breed, because she's a Shiba Inu, which is a Japanese breed. They're more of underbush hunters, if you were to look it up. They're an underbrush hunters, so they go under. Well, Ella, she is a black lab, and she could jump any type of, fence or whatever. If I were to get a split rail, they would both be able to get through those. So I had to really, really think about what I wanted to get. So what I did was, when I bought the house, when it got nicer, I wanted to know where my lines were, because when I went through the process of buying the house, usually they survey your land. Well, they didn't. I moved to a very, very small town. So when lawns were starting to get mowed or whatever, everybody was going by the good old boy honor. And I didn't want to do that, because I don't want to have to put up a fence and, make a neighbor mad or anything like that. So I had the land surveyed. Lo and behold, some of my flower beds and some of the flowers that I have to be moved because they are on someone else's property line. Now, I absolutely like all of my neighbors. Okay, sorry about that. And yeah, we're working on our barking because we're friendly people in this house. And Ella is working too. So, had a little chat with her. But anyway, so I really like the neighbors that I have to the north of me. It is a little old lady, and she's about the sweetest. To the south of me is an older couple, and they are really, really extremely nice. They realize I have dogs, but they don't want them to bark. So we're working on the barking, which I understand with the fence coming up or whatever. But on with the fence. So I had surveyed and found out that I have flower beds, bushes that were told that were mine, that they are not. So I have to move them. Which is, for right now, it's not a big deal. Nobody's, making a big deal of it. It's just once the fence goes up, that is when I am going to take the initiative and go by what was surveyed. Now, when you go and you want to put up a fence, you have to go to your city office and find out the regulations. So the regulations are usually, if you go to your city office, and they'll say you can't put your fence on your property line. It has to be within so many feet of the property line. Now, in my city, it is 2 feet. Usually it's like 6. It just varies. You have to go find that out because you have to file for a permit. Now, the permit in my city is $50. So you have to fill out the permit form, and you have to, draw a diagram of where you're going to have the fencing and such. But before you do that, when you talk to a contractor, you have to call and get all of your utilities spotted onto the ground. Now, I did that, and you should have seen all the marks in my yard. Like, all of the power lines for the whole block are mainly in my backyard of the lower part, because remember I said I have a slope. So the power lines, when they mark them, are red. The gas lines are yellow, because they will mark your yard and they will spray it, and then they will put up flags. And then orange, I think, is communications. So then there's all the colors. Now, since it is 2 feet from the property line in my yard, I have so many property lines to the back of my yard that I have to go from the back of my property line 8 feet. 8 feet. So I lose that much of the fencing, which is completely fine, but I have to do that due to I have so many power lines in my backyard. I mean, you should see the marks. It's like, it's just atrocious, which I'm surprised. So was the contractor that I hired. He said that he's never seen someone, the lighting is a little off, so I'm going to try and fix you. He's never seen a yard like this that has so many like lines or property lines in their yard, but he still wants to do it. It's just going to cost me more because they have to dig rather than use an automatic thing that they can on like a Bobcat or something like that to dig the holes. They have to hand dig more holes for the poles, because I am going with a chain link fencing, but it's going to be black. It's not going to be the gray. It's going to be power coated and such. So it's maintenance free for me, because I want something that's maintenance free. I didn't want the white plastic in case of hail so that I'd have to fix it again. I wanted something, excuse me, maintenance free. So, but I am getting it 6 feet high because I have such a downward slope to the back of my fence. I did not want Ella to jump out of it, because who's to say that she might see another dog and jump a 4-foot fence, because she probably could. So I'm going to go with the 6-foot fence all around. It does not matter. And then I'm going to get one gate that is a 6-foot gate, which is 2 3-foot doors, so that I can get a lawnmower. My dad's a lawnmower. He comes over and mows my grass for me, and he can get his lawnmower through. Now, with that being said, I'm going to take you through the process of this. So right now, I've got the permit application in. I have got the bid in from the contractor. So we have to wait for the permit to be okayed, and then the contractor has ordered the supplies. So I'm in the process of doing this right now. I'm going to take you along when they get the poles and all this other stuff and how my yard is going to change. So this is one thing I've been working on. I've been extremely busy with this. And, but on the end, it's a positive thing, because, I'm going to have a fenced in yard for the dogs, and they can run free and have fun. Excuse me. So maybe this isn't and I'm going to plant all kinds of plants in this gate. I'm going to use the gates or the fencing as a trellis. I have bought probably one tree so far, I think. And I've got to move 3 clematises in my yard because they're not on my property. And I think I have 2 more clematises coming. So I have a lot of work to do, and I'm just going to take you along with this process. So when it starts, I'll be filming. I'm not going to do it when the contractor's here, because I'm sure that he doesn't want to be on YouTube. But I'm going to show you the progress, and we're going to go on this journey together. So it shows anyone who wants to get a fence in their backyard how to go about it. And maybe, you know, it helps someone. But I will tell you this, with all the marks that I have in my backyard, everybody is wondering, what am I doing? And the neighbors have asked me, what is going on? Why do you have these poles in your yard? Why do you have these little, sorry, I have a tickle on my throat. Why do you have these poles from the survey in your yard? And why do you have all these marks? And why do I have marks in my yard? So I had to tell them that I was putting up a fence. Now, I'm pretty much a neighbor that I'm not too loud. I try and keep my dogs quiet, and I mind my own business. But so it's almost like it's an uproar, but I think it's funny, and I live in a small town, but I just want to take you on this journey to just show that how to go about getting a fence and everything, and how to apply and call about getting your utilities located and such, and the process of what happens when you get a fence. So if you have any questions, leave them on the comments below. And if you want to, I have, like I said, I have tons of ideas that I'm doing. Even decoration ideas that I'm working on for inside the house. I'm in the middle of a really beautiful project in the house too. So just like and subscribe, ask me or comment anything, and so we're just going to go on this journey together. So everybody have a great day, okay? Bye.